buying up buildings aggressively, like buying up a lot of these different apartment buildings, north of $1 billion. And this was basically him positioning Flow, which is this new venture that he's going out on, an extension of WeWork.
Yes.
In terms of mission and goals, I'd say like a refinement. He actually tried to buy back WeWork, but that didn't end up working out. And
yeah,
it's
they
now
filed for bankruptcy. They filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah, and it's now serving as a competitor in essentially, but it's also more focused on residential living as opposed to just work.
Office spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Flow stuff is where I think it is turning around for him, and turning around in a great way, because he learned so many lessons from the WeWork stuff. And these lessons that he did learn, I really want to talk about that in a super secret. Was there anything you wanted to give here in terms of the Flow stuff? Because I think the Flow is going to be a great example of his vision.
Well, I think one thing that I kind of want to talk a little bit about this. The big thing that we're referencing is that Andreessen Horowitz A16Z
about 7 months ago,
where he talked a lot about Flow.
Yep.
So again, Flow is the same idea, but this is where it really started to change for me, and that's in the idea that it's a vertically integrated real estate company, a vertically integrated tech and real estate company, which is different.
It is a little bit.
People just looked at it and said, "Oh, they own a bunch of real estate. It's a real estate company," me included. But framed around the idea of, no, we are trying to improve the experience using technology, but we want to own the entire experience.
Right.
Just like, for instance, Tesla has AI, and they're more of an AI company now, but they also own the cars.
Yep.
Where they can install their AI and their software, but then they also own the factory. And in order for them to create the experience they wanted, they needed to do it in a very vertically, tightly integrated way. Apple's another example of that, especially more
not
in the
even
past,
my favorite
too.
though. No, it's not even my favorite one. My favorite one's Ford, where he had on the Rouge River here. He literally was like, "Yeah, just bring me the steel, bring me the coal, and I'll make the steel. Actually, don't even bring me, finished product. Bring me all the raw products." That was when he had train lines going into his factory that would make from raw products steel that then had to be made into cars. That whole entire, I don't know. For me, that was like a really, and I just got to go see the Rouge plant. Yeah. But
so it's
Apple's another good one.
Yeah, Apple's another good one, and so. It's like there are certain cases where it pays to have the full stack tightly coupled so you can really create that experience. And framed that way, I started to see it a little bit differently. I started to see, if you are doing that and your goal is to make these really innovative, technologically advanced buildings, it doesn't really make sense to go and lease the building from somebody else and then try and go and retrofit what they're doing.
Yeah, because then you're giving all that value back to the landlord.
And they might not even let you do that. They might just be like, "Bro, that's not what we're trying to do. Don't mess up our buildings." And so 100%. To a degree, to get really, really integrated, you have to own it from top to bottom. And if that's what he was pitching a lot of these investors, I can see why, after, some back and forth, if you hold your ground, they might be like, okay, this guy really is imagining a different world. We look at a lot of our buildings right now, and they're kind of dumb. It's like drywall and...
empty now, but
and then that's it. But then when you look at how much you could do if you have a really, really, really integrated space in an apartment building, one where it could allow people to be more communal, then that can be a really powerful application of technology too.
I think that goes back to what I was saying before, is the fact that with the Andreessen Horowitz video, he was showing that stuff. He was showing the technology. He was explaining how, and this was really Ben who was doing a lot of the explaining, but that was more in the forefront of the business, of the explanations, of the vision, whereas before it wasn't, to me at least, right? It was much more like, we have tech and it'll be integrated with tech, but that was as far as it went. It's much more, hey, this is a cult, this is a community, it's that kind of value. But I think it's smart to lead with the tech value.
Well, he played to his strengths.
100%.
I think this partnership becomes a little bit different because he's a very charismatic guy, and when you put him with some big players, it changes what's possible and what can be done.
Yes.
Especially in the real estate space, there's a lot of people that rent. There's a lot of people that, I think he said 70% of people under 40 years old.
That's an interesting.
Right.
That's we need to go into that in the super secret.
All right, then let's
because that is a very interesting conundrum they're going to face. Very interesting.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it on the super secret.
Yeah, so you want to wrap it up here? Because right now we're talking about pretty much all the Adam Neumann stuff, but what he learned from that past failures / successes is what's going to make him successful in the future. And so that's what we're going to talk about super secret and give some more of our our game on,
and specifically like the reality distortion.
Yes.
I'm gonna get into some shit there. You're not gonna want to miss that.
No, you don't.
You're not gonna want to miss that.
Check it out in the link below on Constance. Anything else you want to tell the people?
No, check it out on Constance, the super secret. We're not gonna be having that open. Like again, we're not gonna be having that open for forever. Those are gonna become very soon behind a paywall.
Yep.
And if you're in, we'll take note of that. We'll figure out a way to keep it as something where, especially if you join the community on there, we'll find a way to make it so that way you can kind of graduate in. But if you're not, then like you're just gonna pay for it. And why would you put yourself in a position where you have to pay for something when you know that you could have just gotten it for free? I mean, that just doesn't even make
and
sense.
Even like to make it even better, we're gonna end on this. The first 3 people that join Constance and tag me at Jake on Constance is gonna get a free year of premium membership.
Oh, so
100%. 100%. I will give you a free year of premium Constance if you tag me in any post on Constance. Let's say in the next week.
Jake's paying for it.
I'm paying for it. I will absolutely pay for that. I will absolutely pay for that.
But yeah, so go on there, check it out. It's there's a lot of dope stuff that we're about to be going over. I mean, the stuff, like, here's another thing too. It's taken me years to learn some of these things, and seeing it in the wild with Adam Neumann is a perfect case of example.
Yes.
Perfect example. So anyways, let's get to it.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next week with another Founders Drive. Peace.